Hey guys, what's up? So tonight I just wanted to give you a little bit of like something to look at and I don't know, sort of gawk over, which I know a lot of you are going to find really, really creepy and gross. Um, this doll, I figured I'd make this video because apparently somebody saw this YouTube video of me showing this doll, and I named her the Merry Widow. She's from the 1860s. She's a Civil War era mourning doll, dressed all in black with her original gown, and a widow from the Civil War would have dressed one of these dolls like herself. Again, they wore all black when their loved ones died during the Civil War. And so she might be going soon. There's a negotiation going on with this doll. And I'm going to really miss her. So I guess I want to immortalize her again, once again in video. So by doing so, I wanted to show you, I always actually, this doll has been like a mannequin for me. She's quite large. She's like 25 to 25 and a half inches tall. And I always put various antique Victorian hair necklaces around her neck whenever I get a new one to add to my collection. For a little bit she wears them until I put them away behind glass. And so tonight I wanted to show you these particular examples that I recently got on eBay. eBay is fantastic for these type of finds. Sometimes people don't know what these are, and sometimes you can get them for a song, and sometimes people know what they are, and you will pay quite a bit of money for them. So this one I just got the other day. This is probably circa anywhere between 1840s to about the 1860s. Same with this particular one. And what's interesting about the one I'm holding up right now is it has two different colored hair. Now, a lot of people erroneously think that these necklaces are mourning necklaces. Now, a lot of times these were just part of jewelry. There was quite a fad. I believe this this type of hair jewelry was started to be made somewhere in the 1700s, but didn't really take off in popularity to the probably early Victorian era to the mid-Victorian era. And actually, it was very, very popular for women to send their hair into mail order catalogs, such as, by the way, excuse the noise in the background. It's my dogs. They always act up the minute I make a video. But it wasn't actually something that wasn't uncommon for people back then to like send in their hair, like especially women, to catalogs such as at the time Sears and Montgomery Ward. There would be all different examples for them to choose from, and they would make all sorts of different kinds of jewelry. Now, these were sold to me as mourning necklaces, but these are just simply sentimental hair pieces that were just made out of hair, and a lady would wear them around her neck. Now, this one I was showing you, it has two different colors of hair, which is quite interesting. So it could have been, half of it could have been a mother's hair. You can see it's darker as we go over here. And down here is like a blonde or a light brown color. Now, lighter colored hair is much rarer than the darker color hair. So that's one necklace, which is quite interesting. Now, it has these little dangles, and I suspect that the two dangles on each side of the centerpiece once had hair, little teardrop shaped hair pieces hanging from them as well, and may have fell off over the years. Now, this piece, both of these are probably from the 1840s to the 1860s. This particular one is very similar to the other one. And let me try to get a close-up on the different patterns. And you can see they're quite similar. So that's what leads me to believe that this came from a mail order catalog of the day, from a similar pattern. Now, the most common pieces that you will see, necklaces and jewelry pieces are not as common. But the more common pieces would be ones like these. And I don't know if you can see it. These are pocket watch chains. And the pocket watch chains are the most common pieces that you'll come across. And they'll have like a little fob charm hanging from them. And as you can see here, we have, I'm trying to like zoom in on this weave to show you. I put them in these little shadow boxes to preserve them. And you'll see like these little plaited hair designs, again, picked from a catalog most likely. Some ladies actually did it themselves, and they had books at the time teaching them how to weave different patterns into different forms of jewelry. So there's one. Over here we have a lady's brooch made out of brass and onyx. And that's quite interesting, as you can see here. This one is probably Art Nouveau, probably 1890s. The one on the left is probably around the same time frame, possibly could be like a decade earlier or a decade later. So now I'm going to show you another type of piece that you would come across. Now, I'm sorry I'm filming in this type of portrait mode. It's easier for me to show you in this mode. So in the center here, we have an 1860s Indian head penny that I just decided to put in with my display. And here's another pocket watch chain. Now also, these pocket watch chains were very, very common for a lady, again, to send into a mail order catalog and give this to her husband or fiance with her hair plaited, and so he could walk around and actually hang his pocket watch from it through his breast pocket on his jacket. And again, we have a little fob charm on it. I don't know if you could see that. And again, that's another common piece that you'll find a lot of times on eBay. And again, people will call these mourning pieces when these were just sentimental hair artwork or hair jewelry. All right, so the next piece we have here, I'm going to show you, is another, again, common pocket watch chain. Now, it's, I mean, not so common, but it's still much more common than the jewelry pieces. And in the center, I have another Art Nouveau brooch with a citrine gem in the center. What's great about these shadow boxes, I get them on Amazon. They sell them in all different shapes and sizes. And you can place them for display, and you can look on both sides. So you can see whatever you're displaying on the opposite side as well. And if you look here, the fob is very interesting. I believe it has an agate type of stone with a, I think this is a Roman or a Greek god of some sort. Maybe it's Mercury, maybe it's Apollo, who knows? And I probably will never know who this is. I don't know if you can see that. So it's like an intaglio carving in some kind of like agate, I guess. Now, the last piece I am going to show you is, by the way, this is like a 1890 something to an early 1900 German doll. This is an Armand Marseille doll. This is also a German doll from the 1860s, made by Kessner. Very, very beautiful, beautiful old dolls. I love anything antique and Victorian. So here's our next piece, and I'm going to hold it up and show it to you. Sorry for the lighting. Now this is a lady's bracelet, and this one was dated, I believe. I actually have, like, the centerpiece here opens up, and it's like a locket, and there's more hair inside of here. This is actually, I believe it's 12 karat gold or 9 karat gold. Right here, like, you see the hinge, and they connect together to close the bracelet. And in the center, it was engraved, and I believe it said 1848 or 1858. I'm not going to open it right now because these things are very, very delicate. But look at the intricate pattern on this bracelet. Let me try to get better lighting here. Very, very hard. In my darkened house with not very much lighting. But you can see the braid work. This actually really, really is quite intricate and quite beautiful. And on the inside of the bracelet, they lined it with a beautiful ribbon. And so this is another piece you might see once in a while. These don't come up too often. Again, the pocket watches are the most common that you'll see. And you won't see too many necklaces and too many pieces of jewelry. But there were other kinds of jewelry that they made into these plaited hair pieces, such as earrings, rings, bracelets, necklaces. I'm trying to think what other pieces they had. I'm drawing a blank right now. But again, the pocket watches, again, are the most common things you'll see. So once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys all soon. So long. Actually, I'm back. Just when you thought you can get rid of me. So I just want to show you another thing. Now, this I got duped on. So hopefully that this can protect you from getting duped. Somebody just sold this to me on eBay as an antique Victorian Edwardian hair necklace with a clisson bead on it. And the pictures weren't very good. I purchased it and I received it yesterday, and I realized this is not hair at all. Let me give you a close-up of it. It really does look like hair. Let me see if I can get this in the light better. It turns out that this is actually very contemporary, probably made in the anywhere between the 60s to the 80s. It is not Edwardian, it is not Victorian, and it turns out that this is Oriental, either Japanese or Chinese necklace. And I was really, really excited about getting this, and when I got it, I was really disappointed. Now, the seller is being very honest, the eBay seller, when I told her that this is actually not hair at all, that it's silk thread. She actually said, okay, send it back to me and I'll give you your money back, which was quite fair of her. But this can happen to you. You really have to be careful because a lot of times silk threaded jewelry can look like human hair and can trick you. So again, be careful when you're looking for pieces like this. You know, a lot of you probably will not even buy any pieces like this because you find them very creepy, but I find them very, very historical. Not only are they artistic, not only are they beautiful, it preserves somebody's actually their DNA, and it actually preserves somebody that once lived, and that I'll honor and cherish for the rest of my life. So long, guys.